Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We'll be learning about embedded function word problems and you will be able to do 5.3. Today students will be able to use function notation to describe scenarios. And so let's start with a scenario that says Gisela has 3 boxes of apples and 2 extra apples. Miriam has a box of apples and ate an apple. So now we're going to find the function for Gisela and a function for Miriam. So it says that we have 3 boxes of apples, or Gisela has 3 boxes of apples and 2 extra apples. So that's going to be 3x. And actually, since we have an m here, it should be 3m. So let me erase that. So 3m plus 2. And then Miriam has a box of apples and ate an apple. So m, okay, it's only 1. So we don't have to put the coefficient 1. And ate 1 apple, so minus 1. So those are the 2 functions. And then we have the question. Which of these describes, and this goes back to lesson 1 of this unit, which describes the amount of apples they have together. Okay, together you know that it means plus. So it's going to be g of m to represent whatever Gisela has plus m of m, which is to represent what Miriam has. So together, we add them together. So it's going to be letter D. Now let's find what g of m plus m of m represents. And so g of m, it's this part, so the function, the g of m equals to 3m plus 2 plus m of m, which is m minus 1. We combine like terms, so m and 3m are like terms. That's 4m. m 2 and negative 1, those are constants, so those are like terms, so it's plus, positive and negative, we subtract and leave the sign of the greater one, so it's plus 1. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, let's look at another one. This one says, you have a garden. You can fit 6 blocks along the length with 3 inches to spare, meaning 3 extra inches besides the blocks that you're going to put, and 4 blocks along the width with 1 inch to spare. Find the area. Blocks are unknown lengths. So basically, since we don't know how long the blocks are, we're just going to represent that with a variable, in this case b. So it's going to be 6 blocks plus 3 inches to spare. So it's going to be 3, why 3? It says 6, not 3. And this is not working. Okay, so it's going to be 6 blocks, 6b. The 3 inches to spare, so plus 3. And the other one is 4 blocks with 1 extra inch. Okay, so that will be the 2 functions. Now, another question that comes along is, which describes the area of the garden. And now in here it says that it fits, let me see if I can kind of like construct it. It says that it fits 6 blocks going this way So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 inches to, 3 inches to spare. So maybe 1 inch in there, 2 inches in there, and then 3 inches. Okay, more or less. And then on the width, it says that it has 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, oops, look at that, 3, and then 1 inch to spare. Okay, so basically it will be from here to here. That doesn't look really nice, but, and from here to here. Okay, so this is just extra. That's from the other lot, from somebody else. So this is the garden, more or less. How do you find the area of our garden? Well, if you recall from from middle school or even in elementary, the area of a rectangle is base times height, or length times width. Okay, so it's gonna be multiplication. That means that you need to multiply the length times the width. Okay, so it's gonna be not this one where these ones are complex or embedded, I'm sorry. This is a multiplication, so that will be the answer. This is addition, is only if you're putting something together, but that's not the case. This is when you're subtracting, just finding the difference, and this is division. Okay, so we know that is length times width, meaning that we're going to multiply the two of them. And so I'm going to work over here to find W of B times L of B. And multiplication is commutative, so as you can see, I kind of switched them from here, but it's okay. So what is W of B? It's 4B plus 1 times L of B, which is 6B plus 3. And so when we have something like this, remember that we have to do double distributive property, kind of. So you multiply the first term times each term in here. So it's 4B times 6B and 4B times 3. And after that, we multiply the second term times the first one and times the second one. Okay, so double distributive property, 4B times 6B, 24B squared. 4B times 3, 12B. Then we go to the second term, and it's 1 times 6B, 6B. And then 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, I think somebody's calling me over there. Okay, so it's going to be combined like terms. And so we bring down the 24B squared, and 12B plus 6B is 18B. And you just bring down the 3. Okay, so this is going to be the area of this garden. Okay. Okay, let's look at a different one. And it says, you own a taco truck, sorry. You need to order 6 pounds of meat for every hour that your truck operates. You need to operate your truck 12 hours per day. Find the amount of meat you need to order with respect to days. Okay, so it says find the amount of meat you need. Well, the amount of meat you need is 6 pounds for every hour. So it's just 6 pounds for every hour. Then it says find the amount of hours you need to work. Okay, for each day you need 12 hours. So 12 hours per day. So this is very simple. However, look at the question. It says find the amount of meat that you need to order with respect to days. So one is dependent of the other. And this is where we have to really analyze what's going on. And I think I'm going to give you a specific example. But, so what depends on what? Well, the amount of meat depends on how many hours I work, and the hours of that I work depends on the number of days that I work. So basically, it's like going from this to this, and then from this to this. So this is the outside, and it goes to the inside with this. Okay. So what looks like that? Well, this, because depending on the days that I work is the number of the total hours that I'm gonna be working. And depending on the hours that I work is the amount of meat I'm gonna order. In here, what it says is that depending on the hours that I work is the meat, and then depending on the meat is the hours again. It doesn't make sense, so it's gonna be letter A. Okay, and so let me give you something specific where that's gonna make more sense. Let's say that, I don't know, if we say that we're gonna work specific number of days. Okay, let's do maybe two days. So let's say I work this week, I work 2 days this week. How much meat will I need? Okay, how much meat will I need if I only work 2 days? Sometimes I will work 4, depending on how many days are not holidays, or each week you have to plan because you're a taco truck owner. And so let's say this week there are holidays, you're gonna work only two days. So I'm gonna put M of H of 2. So what this means is how many hours will I work in 2 days? So I'm gonna work with that first. H of 2, meaning I go back to this one. I know that I have to work 12 hours each day. So 12 times, instead of D, it's not a D anymore, it's a 2. So I'm going to multiply it times 2. And so that's a total of 24 hours. And that's what it says, 12 hours per day. If you work 2 days, then it's going to be 24 hours. Okay. Now that I have that information, I replace the 24 hours in here because I already know this information. So now it's going to be the meat depends on the number of hours that I work. And this week is going to be 24 hours. So my meat is going to be 6 pounds for every hour. And I know that it's going to be 24 hours. So that's equals to 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, 13, 14. So it's 144 pounds of meat. Okay, for this week, because I'm working only 2 days, I'm going to be needing 144 pounds. And so that's embedded. That this is embedded, it means that one depends on another function. Okay. Okay, let's look at a different one. So I have this here, and it says Wendy bought 3 books online and paid $3 shipping fee. So the books are the same amount of price, the same price, and so it's going to be 3 times the price of the book plus the $3 shipping. Is going to give me my total cost for Wendy. Elizabeth bought 2 books and paid $2 shipping. Then it says find the function that describes the amount they paid together. So if they're just asking for the expression, how the functions would look, it would just be together means plus. Okay, so it's going to be W of B plus E of B. It just means putting the prices of each one together. So in here, if they ask you, okay, together what like how much are they going to be paying? So you put the amount of Wendy, which is 3B plus 3. You put the amount for Elizabeth and put it together with Wendy. So it's going to be 2B plus 2. You combine like terms. So it's going to be 2B plus 3B is 5B. And then these are the constants, so 3 plus 2 is 5. So together they're going to be paying 5 times the price of the book plus $5 shipping together. Okay, but what if they say, okay, let me fold this. What if it says find the function that describes the amount, find the function that describes the amount more that Wendy paid than Elizabeth. So basically in here you're looking for the difference. Okay, the difference meaning subtraction. And so we are going to have W of B, meaning the amount that Wendy paid, minus E of B, meaning the amount of Elizabeth, and we're going to subtract that to see how much one girl paid more than the other. So Wendy, it's going to be 3B plus 3 minus 2B plus 2. Because we have a plus or whenever we have a plus or a minus, we have to put that expression between parentheses because this minus affects both terms, not only the first one. Okay, so 2B plus 2. We are going to do distributive property. And so it's going to be 3B plus 3 minus, because negative times positive is negative, and you just bring down the 2B because in here is like you have a 1. 1 times 2 is 2, and then B. Negative times positive is negative. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay? Whenever you have a minus in here, it's like you have a minus 1 outside. After that, we combine like terms. So 3B, negative 2B is just B, and then 3 and negative 2 is plus 1 because you keep the greater sign, remember, and then different signs we subtract, so 3 minus 2 is 1, and then the greater sign. Okay, so the difference, or whatever Wendy is gonna pay more than Elizabeth, is the price of one book and $1 of shipping. Okay. Oh, okay. Hopefully it's not overwhelming, but here is our last example. It says in here they're giving us the answers, the functions already. So what is, it says the amount of coins you earn in a game per hour is described by the following. So basically, if it's talking about hours, you're earning 13 coins each hour, but then it seems that you already have 3. Okay, that's what it possibly means. Then it says the amount of hours you play in a game per day is described by the following. 6 hours per day. Wow, that's a lot of playing. So if you play, each day you play 6 hours. Okay, this is a gamer. It's probably, okay, never mind. So, find the function that describes the amount of coins you earn per day. Okay, so this will be C of H of D. Okay, and that's all it's asking basically. Now if you want to really embed it, then you would put let's see, H of D is 6D. So I usually go from the inside out. I replace this, right, which is H of D, H of D. I put the 6D. And then once I put that, I go out and it says, oh, now go into the C. Remember that this is going to be replacing the H. Okay, so basically this is like a gift being wrapped by whatever is outside of that. Okay, so instead of H, I write 6D, and I put whatever is on the outside. Let me see if I can cover it, just that part. So basically this goes inside of the C, replacing only the H. And so what do you see in there? Okay, you have a 13 being multiplied by the H that is replaced by 6D, and you have plus 3 after that H. We do multiplication here, and so 6 times 3 is 18, carry 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. D, and this is not distributive property because it's the parenthesis is not out here, so it's just going to be plus 3. And so that's what the answer would be. That's how many coins you would have per day. Okay, so that's enough. Now you're able to do 5.3 and have fun.